Hello everyone, today we are going to be doing Is It Canon with Ninjago 5-minute stories.
Ninja Mission.
Alright, the first one is titled Ninja Mission. Now I'm going to give you a rundown of what each of these has in it. So the first one is about how Master Wu gives the ninja a delivery to put at the dojo in the in Ninjago City, but the villains are following them, and in the end the Stone Warriors, this is basically like the legacy sets, some of the villains came back. So the ninja got it to the dojo, but then the Stone Warriors stole it and brought it to Garmadon. So they brought it to Garmadon, and by the way, they're wearing their legacy uniforms. They bring it to Garmadon, and then Garmadon opens the box, and it's just a bunch of confetti, and they go, "Gotcha! The package was only bait." So that's that. So there's no shot that this one's canon. No way. Because if they're wearing their legacy uniforms, that means it was either before March of the Oni or after March of the Oni, which before, Garmadon was in Cryptarium prison, obviously, and after, he went on his own journey, which led to the Garmadon comics, so it couldn't have been after March of the Oni either. So there's no shot that this one's canon.
The Evil Engagement.
The next one is titled The Evil Engagement. This is where Nauticon finally engages Tania in season 6, and then Clancy has to be in charge of planning the wedding and bakes a wedding cake. And so he makes the cake, it goes everywhere, it's too big of a cake. He said it was too much chicken that he put in there. He said the things at the wedding and ate some cake. This is just about like what he was doing while the ninja, you know, were trying to stop the wedding, and then him. It's kind of basically his side of the story, planning for the wedding. This one could actually be canon because we were focusing on different things when this was happening. So he was planning a wedding while a bunch of other stuff was going on. So this one actually could be canon, which I don't want it to be.
What Goes Up?
This next one is What Goes Up, where basically after Jay gets everyone out of the Jin Blade in season 6, they go down into the city and protect people while Ninjago is still being brought up. So they're basically just protecting a bunch of people this entire time. It's nothing that special. It's just Jay's team that he assembled, and Wu and Misako, because this was after he let everyone out of the Jin Blade. So that's just them protecting Ninjago. I feel like this one could definitely be canon because of the fact that it's just them protecting Ninjago while the ninja are up in the sky, protecting and trying to stop Nauticon. Which, that one definitely feels very canon for sure.
The Last Wish.
This one is called The Last Wish. It's not anything spin-off. It's legit the entire story of Jay and Jay stopping the wedding with the ninja. It's basically all from his perspective. So it's basically him telling the entire story up from the part where, hold on. Basically when he steals the ship from Nauticon, the big sky ship, which I forgot the name of. Misfortune's Keep, there you go. He steals that ship. This is after Flintlock and Dogshank become friends with him. So there. I mean, this one, like, I don't see how it's not canon. It's just him telling the story. It's like just exactly the same. But I did find something funny in here.
Frenemies.
This one is called Frenemies, and it is basically about Kai and Nia trying to get the Geckos and Munts to start being friends again. In the Gecko Strong Cave, which that's not what they were doing. It's basically them trying to get the Geckos and Munts to be friends again, and so then the Geckos and Munts become friends again through the way they made some food, which this one cannot be canon. Cannot be canon, like, at all, because of the main reason being that in the Gecko Strong Cave, the ninja were just trying to protect them, and the door was coming down, and it says the Griefbringer was guarding the door, but they weren't. He wasn't guarding the door. He was trying to break the door down. So that one's definitely not canon, because we basically saw that whole interaction, and that really never happened.
The Legend of Jay.
This next one is called The Legend of Jay, and it is personally my favorite because, basically, if you remember, there were Prime Empire shorts about, like, what Jay did when he first went into Prime Empire, and this one basically follows right after that. So right after Scott and Jay, like, go into the stealth barrier, Jay leaves and starts helping these rebels fight the Red Visors, and then those rebels are like, "Whoa, Jay, you're like awesome, dude." And so and then the rebels get captured, and then Jay has to protect them. He gets the rebels out of prison, and so then they create the League of Jay and buy Jay this guitar, which makes him Superstar Rockin' Jay. So it basically gives you the entire backstory of how the League of Jay was formed and how Superstar Rockin' Jay was formed. So this one, if it was canon, it could totally work being canon. It really works. And yeah, it's definitely my favorite because it just works in so well with the story that was already there. So this one, if it was canon, it would work really well. So it might be canon. Because obviously I can't tell you if they're canon or not, because I don't know. I didn't write the book. I'm not a creator of Ninjago. I can't tell you that.
Look before you leap.
The next three are a bit interesting. This one is called Look Before You Leap, and is basically Cole and Kai playing Crossy Road in Prime Empire. So this one is just them playing Crossy Road and then getting attacked by some Red Visors to get credits, which is interesting. And so what I think happened is the writer of this one might have seen a bit of Prime Empire and realized that they needed credits for the Speedway 5 billion, and were just like, you know what? I'll show everyone how they got the credits, and didn't see the part where they did the whole dancing competition and got all the credits that they needed. But yeah, this was Kai and Cole just so these, I don't think these are canon because they don't really fit anywhere in the story. They're just kind of here. Yeah, these don't really work if they're canon.
A Friend in Need.
This one is called A Friend in Need, and it is Lloyd and him actually crossing paths with Okino during a quest for credits, and they both fight off a bunch of different random little first aliens, and then a snake, and some beach balls. Some beach balls, bro. Oh, this one's so random. This one's so random. They fight off a giant snake, some beach balls, and some aliens, and use some mushrooms to fight them. But it's all being controlled by the two rats that we see in part of Prime Empire. Two of those rats from Adalorada, or however they say it. But they end up winning and getting credits. so that was another way that the ninja were to get credits there. Obviously, again, this really doesn't fit anywhere, so it really wouldn't work if it was canon, so it's probably not.
House of Horrors.
This is the final one, and it is titled The House of Terrors, where Jay and Nia go to get credits at the haunted house. Where this one, some normal Lego fans would actually think it's pretty cool. They go through a haunted house and fight a bunch of different monsters from like Monster Fighters, that old theme or whatever it was called. We get to see the vampire figure, the mummy figures, we get to see the ghost figure, the Frankenstein figure, and the zombie figure. We get to see that Jay and Nia fight all of them in the haunted house, which I think is pretty cool considering how I used to be like an all-around Lego fan, and I remember Monster Fighters, and I thought it was pretty cool. So I think this is pretty cool, but also there was really no spot where they needed credits beside the Speedway by 5 billion, and they did the dancing thing for that. And so this one would not work if it was canon, sadly. Alright guys, that is just gonna about do it for this video. Yeah, this book is, look at that cover, that's a cool cover, not gonna lie, but all in all, I think this isn't a bad book. It's really cool. It says some cool stories, and it's got a bit of action and a bit of nostalgia for some of the people that were watching in season 6, and after that. Season 6 is the oldest it goes though, but all in all, even if most of this really isn't that canon, this is a pretty cool book, I'm not gonna lie. I enjoyed reading it. Alright people, I hope you all have an absolutely amazing day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!